phone's working or not. Turn the overhead light on here. Push this way. See if I can get a video out of this. Got a 2015. Was it 2015? No. Yeah. 2015 A1398 MacBook Pro Retina. With a ripped, or with the burnt LCD connector. LCD connector. No. A burnt trackpad connector. Burnt trackpad connector. We're not even going to try to turn this on. We don't want to ruin anything else. Let's move this up so you can see what I'm doing. 2015 15-inch MacBook Pro Retina. I really like these computers. They're okay as far as a MacBook goes. All right. Yes, that is burnt. Wah, wah, wah. Where's the trackpad cable? I must have not. Did it? Yeah, that's burnt. First thing we should do is get this battery unhooked. Yeah, all right. That does not look good at all. We're going to put that under the microscope. Or not. Why do you want to do this to me? Why? What did I do? All right. And OBS does not want to play nice again. I don't understand. All right, well, that looks like that worked. That is indeed one burnt and toasted. Oh no. That is not good. Not only is it burnt, but it looked like somebody was prying up on it. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you pry on that? I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Shoot. We're going to have to look at... We're going to have to look at what those pins go to. What board is this? One three 82000138. Yep. Yeah. What concerns me is that right there is, I think, is burnt down to the ground plane. We have to look at the schematic. I said we're going to have to look at the schematic. We have to run traces around the other side of the board, which we could do. So that pin's not connected, which is fine. I guess I can switch to the monitor. So here's our J4800. Wait, yeah. So we got ground. Trying to count over how many pins. Wait, no, that's not it, is it? Is that the... Yeah. So that's the battery. Yeah. Seems like there's less pins than... like 18 pins over. Like, this is... That does not... That connector looks different. This is not the right connector. This is missing pins. This has 22 pins. The connector on the board clearly has like double that. And there's something wrong with this schematic. It's not correct. Anyway, well, yeah. we'll go ahead and take the maybe take the connector off. Take this plastic shield off. Yeah, I can't see. We'll just take the board out and look. Because that's it's gonna be hard to tell. It's gonna be hard to tell, like, what we're looking at. Unfortunately, I'm thinking this is gonna be a no fix. Battery's not damaged. Darn. Oh, this sucks. I didn't realize that it was like burned down into the ground plane or the tracks. This board's been clearly liquid damaged too. You can see liquid all around the CPU area. Well, and all the indicators are tripped. This one here, the ones on the battery. I mean, that's probably why. I imagine it's probably why it went poof, because liquid. Come on. Ouch. Alright. We'll deal with you in a second. Oh, I got that. Got that. This one done. Oh my gosh. There's even the liquid damage indicator under the LCD is tripped too. Yeah, so this clearly got liquid damaged. Making me kind of wonder why I'm even doing this at all. Every single liquid damage indicator on this board is tripped. Missing something. Oh, yeah. Oops. One more hidden guy here. I always seem to forget about that screw. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and rip that connector off, or take that connector off. See if this is going to be a salvageable job or a no-go. Ah. Wow. That looks horrible. Whoa. Let's add that again. Yeah, you're back. All right, good. You weren't looking so hot there for a second. All right, where'd you go, you hot mess? All right. See if we can't take this off. Clean it up and see what we got. Yummy burnt plastic. Get off my tweezers. All right. Well, that was gnarly. Let's see. We're just going to clean this up and see what we're looking at. Alright. Oh shoot, I gotta find some solder wick. Darn it. I don't know if I have any. Do I have any more? Shoot. Gotta go in the storage closet and see if I've got any more solder wick. I do. Super wick. I think that's my last roll. Oh. Alright, well. Put in an order. Put in an order tomorrow for some solder braid. Can't solder without soldering braid. Alright. This 0.15 or 1.5? Yep, 1.5 though. Well, that's a little wide. We'll work with it. This braid's not that good. It's kind of thick too. Thick with my other stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some other stuff. I don't like this. I mean, we'll suffer through, but that was one heck of a mess. See if I can get down even closer. Yeah, look at that. Horrible. It was a mess. You got no less than like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pads that are destroyed. And this is completely and utterly toast. Yikes. Oh, this is like way down into the layers of the board. Yeah. It's complete devastation. Yeah, you can clearly see all of this is burnt. I mean, this is all fiberglass, and it's all just burnt and sooted and a mess. There's a connection. There's one of our connections. Not sure which one that goes to. But like all of this is ground plane. At any point of this could be shorted. Cleared all that. Looks like we cleared all that short out, so that's no longer shorted, probably. Oh my god, what a mess. See, this is probably all ground right here. Watch, I'll show you. Oop. Show you, this is ground plane all around that. And this is like several layers of board. So here's a ground pad. So it's all shorted still. That's ground. Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's all just ground dug out. There we go. That looks more like it. I'm using a 163 logic board view. Oh, those all go to PPV and S4 trackpad fuse. Oh, we can totally fix this. Yeah, those all go to the fuse. Where's the fuse? There's an inductor right here. Let's look at this topology here. So this looks closer. So we got that there. We got this resistor there. We got a giant inductor over here. Two PP bus fuses under that. This must be the fuse, I'm guessing. F4809. Huh. What's the resistance supposed to be? Or what's this? 2.5 amps, 16 volts, 0.10 ohms. Let's measure that. I mean, it's obviously still good. Yeah, it's 0.6. And it's going to all these trackpad connections. C4807. So these lines were all connected together. Let's try something. We're going to do a continuity to this fuse and see. Not sure about that. supposed to be going to the other side to some capacitors. Let's look on the other side and see, because if those are all connected together, we could totally fix something up there. Just hide that ground plane, and so saying that all this is connected with these capacitors here are connected. We'll have to do a continuity check. To here maybe. Kind of looks like that, huh? Flip it over here. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, this all matches. SH0041, that's screw hole. SH, I think, means screw hole. Yeah. So all these go. So, yeah. All these lines. Wait, let me see these four things that say PPVN S4 trackpad T-pad fuse should go to this all these trackpad things that are burnt off, and to this fuse. And oddly enough, if you look at the logic board, you see all of these vias, and if I flip the board over, all those same vias are right here. Oh, that's blurry. Yeah, all those vias are right here. But this is no longer not connected to this anymore. We just did a continuity check. This is all blown to kingdom come. This is ground plane. This is probably ground plane. It says this is ground also. So wait, do we have a short on this so-called fuse? It does not look like a fuse to me. Do we have a short to ground on this? Let's see. Well, it says open line. Okay. It says open line. So if we look, that fuse is connected to all these capacitors on the other side. So if we somehow pick up the board and do a continuity check on those capacitors, and they connect, and chances are we can just somehow connect all these pins together and run them over here to this fuse. I wish I had another board that I could check this on, because it's kind of sketch. Alright, let's do continuity mode and see if and check it out. Let's go back to overhead. I'll turn this off since we're not going to do any soldering right now. let's check this. So we're going to put this on these capacitors here. We'll do a continuity beep on this fuse. No, we got nothing. So it's definitely touching ground. So we got to clear. So that's how we can use that to clear our shorts. But this fuse got nothing. No connection. But we can keep digging at that. We can keep digging at that hole until the short goes away. So that's positive. So yeah, that's the problem, is that still, we've still got, this area is still connected somehow to ground. So this is all isolated. It should be. Way over here. Look at this. Wow. Still got some burnt stuff here. So you can see all the through hole vias right here. Oops. What I'm trying to do is carve it like a bowl so you can separate the layers of copper like that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but right here there is a layer of fiberglass in between the layers of copper, and that's what we want. We want to carve a little bowl to separate those layers. I have a feeling I'm going to have to dig all of this out. Possibly. because it's probably all shorted to ground. I bet you these vias are going down to the other side to those caps. This goes all the way over here. This must have been a tremendous electrical smoke bomb. When it went off. Gosh, how far back does it go this way? Holy moly. Alright. Clean this a little bit. Kind of get an idea. Burn clear down into the layers of the board. So there's our vias right there that go through to the other side. Still see some burned areas. You can definitely see them. There's some burning here, some burnt here, burnt back here, which we'll have to dig out. All this is burnt down here. Oh gosh. What a mess. What a mess. Where are we at? We still scored at the ground. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, these vias should not, those should not be shorted to ground. This layer is not shorted to ground, which is good. So I'm feeling if we clear this up, yep, we basically just got to keep digging until that doesn't beep anymore. is what it comes down to. No more beeping. The bad thing about this is like even the tiniest little bit of copper touches ground and it's going to be shorted. Nice big smiley face, little crater. Our short's gone. No way. Short's gone. We relieved the short. Look at that. Our that's ground. Wow. We did it. So this is ground. That's one of our through-hole vias down here. There's one here, this whole place here. Yeah. Look at that. Our short's gone. Hell. Alright. It only took digging half the board out. So we gotta make our little bowl over here too and cut this ground layer back at an angle so we can separate them. So there's probably no ground layer underneath here. Unless that's ground. I don't... Is that ground over there? I could clean this and try it. You see that? More carbonized fiberglass. Wipe that. Yeah. All nice and separated. Yeah, you can clearly see the layers now. My only thing is, like, why is there no continuity between this and that fuse thing? Should be. I mean, how reliable is this repair going to be? This is ground and that's ground, so it doesn't matter if those two are touching. Yeah. So let's try that again and make sure I still don't have a short. No short, ground. Yeah, so there's ground, ground, ground. So there's 3 ground layers. And then this is not ground. It's ground. So in reality, we could fill that with epoxy or something and scrape this stuff off here, off the top, and use that. To solder to. The question is, I don't know how I'm going to run wires underneath this. Don't know how I'm going to run wires to that. This board's definitely going to have to get ultrasonic too, because it's got little copper pieces floating around. You can see on that next to that screw holder. I mean, any little tiny speck of copper goes between what we've dug out and ground, and poof, it's going to happen again. Still not shorted. Oh, so I can see right here is where, looks like right here is where ground separates. Yep, those are all ground pins too, I guarantee. So if we come back, flip our board over. Yep, these are all ground. So all this probably, that area, what I'm digging at, these are my through hole vias right here. Which is weird because we have no continuity to this fuse thing. I don't know why. If that's indeed what it is. Yeah, I got nothing. And nothing to any of this stuff over here, really. But we'll even check. We'll even check on the other side on those capacitors and make sure they're no longer shorted to ground, because that pretty much confirms. My suspicions. let's check if there's a short to ground. Here's me touching the probes together. And then I'm putting the black probe on ground, and then I'm going to touch a screw hole. Touch that screw hole there. Yep. We'll touch this side of the caps. No short. Yep, so we relieve the short. That's ground. Yep, so you can see just beyond those through-hole vias, this is our power plane for our trackpad. So the short is gone. So if anything, we can probably dig that out a little better. Kind of make a bowl on this side too. Like on this side. Kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like that. So yeah, that whole area got burnt up because of liquid damage. I don't even know if this board turns on or not. So there's this capacitor here. But is that on the ground plane? Yeah. According to the schematic. Oh, that's PPV bat G3 hot charger rig. F4809. Critical 2.5 amps, 16 volts, 0.1 ohms. PPV and S4 trackpad. So that's PP bus. That's why probably. So it comes from PP bus. PP bus G3 hot, yeah, it goes to Q7979. Becomes PP bus S4 trackpad. And PP bus X4 trackpad goes through a through-hole via. Becomes PPV and S4 trackpad. So it's the power to our trackpad cable, or to our trackpad, excuse me. And it goes through PPV and S4 trackpad to the fuse at pin 1F4809 to our J4800 to pins 1 through, or 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. It also goes to a bunch of capacitors. That are tied to ground. 28 volts. So wonder if we're getting our 28 volts there now. Are we shorted? No, we're still not shorted. So it definitely cleared the short. See, that's ground. I don't know what this intermittent layer is, and then there's ground underneath, right underneath the other ground. So what I'd have to do, am I showing you the schematic or the, oh. Basically what I'd have to do is I'd have to mask all this, because this is all ground. This is ground plane. This is all ground plane. As you can see, this pad is tied to this top ground plane here. Same with this one. And then right under that is another layer of ground. So I'd basically have to put solder mask over this, and then I have to run wires underneath here to the new connector. I'm wondering if I see more burn this, yeah. Even if I was going to continue with this repair, which I don't know if I'm going to or not, I don't know how reliable this is going to be. My multimeter shut off on me. Nice. Turd. I'm like, hey, how come there's no ground noise? This ground. So there's ground right there. That's a little close to my scrapey scrape job here. Huh. So that's where my ground separates. My ground separates right here. I'm going to wet that top area and see if I can see where. Oh yeah, it's really hard to see. Basically, if I could draw it out, it's so hard to see on here. Basically, the ground plane starts like right here. So this right here is separated. That line right there is the separation line from 28 volts to ground. So, yeah. And right there. gap in the copper. Yep, you can see the gap in the copper right there. This goes to here, and then that is where the ground plane starts. That's crazy. It's like a millimeter of copper. Right, so we'll measure that. Oh, I've been at this for an hour. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this video because I didn't mean for this to take this long. All right, we're gonna pull continuity from ground. No. And then right here. Yep, that's ground. Shush. And then nothing. No ground here. There's ground down there, but we don't care about that. It's far enough away. And same on this side. So right here, this is not ground. This is our trackpad. And then right here. Yep. Yep. It's confirmed. So that gap right here separates. This is our trackpad. This is where our trackpad point starts. Right here, and then ground starts right here. So yeah, we cut that back. And then this is ground 2. You could probably scrape all this solder mask off so you can see. Because right here you cannot see, but I can see. Right here where these little bumps are, this is ground, and that band starts right here. So basically we could cut a channel. We could cut a channel right here and completely separate. But I mean, there's no point. This is all safe enough that it's all separated. And these are 2 ground planes, so they could technically touch. But we wanted to clear any other shorts, which we did. It's just, you know, got to fill this whole entire hole with epoxy or something. And cover this. Cover this. And then we got to connect this back to wherever it goes. All right. So that's part 1. This is going to have to be a 2-part video because this is going to be a way too long of a repair. I have other stuff to fix. Anyway, stay tuned for part 2, if there's going to be a part 2. Where we'll see if we can make some progress on this. So anyway, stay tuned. Thanks.